Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is Jane. Thank you so much for being here. Have you ever stared at a blank page and felt completely stuck? What if you didn't have to start from scratch? Today, I am transforming a nature book into a stunning art journal spread, layering transfers, blending images, and using distress inks to create a seamless, one-of-a-kind collage. If you've ever struggled with making your pages feel cohesive, this technique will change the way you journal. Let's dive in. I have this book that I found, and I have redone the cover and I redid the back, and I put a really cool piece of bookbinding tape on it, and you can see the colors underneath it. I love it so much. But it's called the National Trust Nature Companion, and I have turned it into an art journal where I can just play, and I absolutely love using what's already on these pages and then just adding and embellishing them. And so you can see I've only got 5 or 6 spreads done, and I enjoy them. It's a fun place to learn how to use new tools. It's a fun place to really get down and dirty with collage, and I am going to use it today because I have not grabbed it in a while, and I just got these really great transfers that have frogs on them. And funny, I flipped to this page, and so here's the transfer set. I'll link that in the comments below. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take clear gesso, and I'm going to put a coat of clear gesso on this entire thing so that I have a tooth to create on top of. I am absolutely in love with this transfer set. I actually have already used one of the frogs out of it. You can see that it's cut out on the other page. So I'm just kind of auditioning, and I'm beginning to think that I'm going to use this one that has this big asymmetrical balance. So I'm going to cut this out and just kind of audition a little bit. As much as I loved the other one, it was taking up too much space in the image that's already there, and it wasn't covering up this little area. And so you see, like, I'm still kind of looking around, and I actually really decide that I love it right here next to the other frogs. So that is indeed where I end up putting it. I'm not committing yet. You'll see me just put it down, and I'm going to look at some other things in the meantime as I really continue to figure out how I want this composition to look. So when I'm collaging, what I'm really looking at is the white space that I leave behind. And I say white space, and you see, words and other images on the page, but it really is sort of the shape that I'm leaving behind that I'm looking at. So you'll see me kind of audition a little bit, and then transfer down as I go along. So I'm seeing that dusty pink color, and I was thinking that I wanted to add some more of that. So I'm really just going to take out a whole bunch of different transfers and I'm going to audition them. And ultimately, I decide that I don't need any of that. And you'll see how I solve the problem of this dusty pink shortly because I'm going to add something else that will really fulfill that color and help kind of bring the whole page together. So I do have so many transfers and so many transfer scraps, and so I am lucky that way. And I am again just kind of auditioning, and you can see like that little curve right there. It fits right with the curve of the frog's neck. So that's what I'm looking for, that those kind of shapes, those similarities, and I'm also really paying attention to contrast. So as I go along, I'm just auditioning and deciding, yep, and I make a quick decision. I try never to overthink. I try to make just a quick decision and go with it. Okay, so I have this tattered rose distress ink, and it's literally the same color as that dusty pink I was just talking about in those two flowers. And if you look over to the right of the double frogs, you can see that the interior of that flower is kind of the same pink. So as I'm starting, I'm feeling like my pad is a little bit dry, so I'm just really digging in. At one point, you'll see me put the pad right on the paper, and I think like, oh no, that's not what I want to do. So it actually does get darker. And then I am also grabbing a different color. I'm going to grab yellow, and I have the mustard seed in the archival ink. And so I'm going to just go back and forth with those two colors. And I just love how it brings everything together because I have that really, dark pop of green everywhere, little bits of yellow, little bits of pink, right? But the two colors combined, they're blended in a couple of different places. They really, really make this composition. I'm just using an applicator that is from Ranger, and it is a little felt pad on top of it. And see how you can see that pink is starting to really. I guess I just had to kind of work that pad a little bit to get it to be a little bit more inky, right? But um, as you'll see, I'm going to speed this up a little bit for you, but as you'll see, these two colors just really, really bring this all together. I decided this needed something up in that area. My eye was just getting stuck there and it needed something else to kind of land on so that it could keep continuing to, search around and walk around this page. So this butterfly was actually really perfect. My eye was actually getting stuck down here too, so I was trying a couple different things, and then I thought, this says figure 1, 2, and 3, and I know that figure 1 has two frogs, but I actually thought it was really perfect. So I'm going to stamp there, and then I'm adding that little bit of a yellow flower on the side of the frog, and I feel like that really takes up the space well. So yeah, I decided to go for it. I enjoy using this as an art journal so much. I am just in love with this page. Don't forget to join me on Mondays and Wednesdays for the Creative Business Mindset podcast, and join me next week, Friday, for another Art Journaling Fridays. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe.